The beloved 50v50 game mode in Fortnite will be returning very soon with a lot of twists and potentially even being a permanent mode that will stay enabled for the rest of Fortnite's history, or at least until it stops, gaining a decent amount of players. So what's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and while my camera is defocusing, I'll be your guide to everything you need to know that happened this update regarding the brand new 50v50 mode called Big Team Battle. Firstly, Big Team Battle, aka Big Battle, is set to be a zero build mode. However, if it becomes super popular, as we've seen in the past with the entire zero build mode itself, it could become a permanent mode where Epic Games adds a normal building enabled version of it, as well as keeping the zero build version enabled. The description of the Big Battle LTM states that two large teams of players fight to the finish. This mode has extra loot and building disabled, a storm that is more lethal, and a shorter match time length than that of a standard Battle Royale match, and each team drops from their own battle bus, so get in and help your team to victory. But descriptions aside, I went in and I dug deep into the actual game files and had some help from friends in order to figure out what all is unique about this zero build Big Battle LTM. And what we found was pretty interesting. Firstly, it is an 80 player total match, so instead of 50v50, it's actually a 40v40 mode. On top of this, bots can be enabled in this mode, meaning that you might see some fake players in between with all the real players that are actually playing this, and it does feature skill-based matchmaking as well, so it will put you near players who are in your same skill level, instead of just being a free-for-all where it's like, some players here, some players there. So it's a very interesting match, and it works like, a normal Battle Royale game, but mixed with some of that Team Rumble / 50v50 flavor. Now, since it is more of the 50v50 style, or going forwards I'm going to be calling it 40v40, there will not be respawning. This is a one life game mode just like 50v50 was, and once you get eliminated, you're eliminated. That's it for the remainder of the match. Now, where it gets interesting is that when you spawn into the game, you spawn in with a burst assault rifle, a tactical shotgun, both of which are not enabled on the normal Fortnite loot pool right now, and then you also get 4 minis and 10 bandages. On top of this, you can find tons of loot on the floor, including some bonus loot being the bandage bazooka, and then they purposely have enabled revolvers and heavy sniper rifles, despite both of those not really being, something that is already disabled or anything like that. So it's still interesting to note that they have decided to go around and enable the bandage bazooka in this mode. Also enabled are the birthday kicks for the upcoming Fortnite 5th anniversary event that'll be happening next update, most likely based on all the leaks and everything. We also have shadow stones, which have been for some reason enabled specifically in this LTM, probably just because, it's like, oh, we don't even have these on the map anyway, so even if we enable it, it's not going to show anywhere. And then the glitch consumables from seasons ago, aka the ones that allow you to randomly change between different items every so often, whether it's a hop rock, a shadow stone, etc., is also set to be enabled. But once again, there's no actual map spawns for these items except for the birthday cakes, so I really don't see how they would be able to implement those. It might just, be something that they left in from a copied over build of another LTM. Now, when it comes to the actual storm itself, it's not lethal in the sense where it'll deal more damage, but it's lethal in the sense on how short the actual matches are. Right when the battle bus has kicked everyone off, 50% of the match is already, covered. 50% of the match is the actual center of the map, and that will be where the storm circle is, and it's like you've already shrunken a lot of the area. However, right after this, storm circle happens, you get another storm circle that will shrink that circle by another 50%, and it closes in 45 seconds after the previous circle. So basically, you get 45 seconds right after you've landed out of the bus in order to loot up before the circle starts closing in. After the second circle fully closes in, there will be a 1 minute and 45 second wait before the next storm circle, where you'll get another storm that shrinks the entire map radius of where everyone's allowed to be by 75%. So already on the third storm circle, like 2 to 3 minutes into the match, you're sitting here and you're already losing half the match, because everyone's sitting here in this zero build zone and they're just having chaos shooting at one another. This will close in a total of 2 minutes, and then there will be a minute and a 30 wait before the final storm storm circle, and then the final storm circle, which is the fourth one, will fully shrink. It will fully shrink. There will be no more storm circle. There will be no more, like safe zone. The entire match is basically just covered in storm by time you get to that 2-minute marker, as the circle closes in within 2 minutes. So basically, to summarize what I just said there about all the storm circle data, because I know it might be a little bit confusing, is that you get 4 storm circles, and over the course of around 8 to 9 minutes, the storm will go from taking already half the match away at the start of your game to taking away the entire match where everyone is covered in a storm zone. This means matches will be fully covered in storm. There'll be no safe zone where you won't take damage at around the 8-minute and 40-second marker point in your gameplay times. Now, once the storm is fully closed, it will only be doing 5 damage per second to players who are in the storm, which is basically everyone, so it is a little bit, it doesn't take damage as fast as it normally would in other modes, but it still does take quite a bit of damage. Now, according to Hypex, this is set to be a default mode in the future, basically meaning that it's permanently enabled and anyone will be able to play it whenever they want. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this LTM works and if it ends up evolving into something, even bigger than it was when it officially releases. Now, right now it seems a little bit buggy as some of the items aren't even in the loot pool properly, and it most likely won't come out until the next game update, which is V21.50, but it's still a very interesting concept to talk about and share all of these leaks about. So I hope you enjoyed today's YouTube video. If you did, consider subscribing and support the content I create, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. Peace out.